Hey, Coach Ty, and I'm here to break down the Friday workout. The overhead squat is the main movement on the menu today. As many of you know, the overhead squat requires a lot of ankle mobility, hip mobility, mid-back mobility, core stability, and lastly, it requires your brain to coordinate all of those moving parts together. So we made sure that we gave you guys a long time cap so that you can focus on moving well, moving with technical soundness, not moving anything that's too heavy, but also nothing that's too light either. Something you want to find that sweet spot in between that is challenging but doable. So let's talk about the actual logistics of this workout. We got a 30-minute time cap. We do 21 overhead squats, AHAP, as heavy as possible. Again, challenging but doable. So 21 overhead squats and then a 300-meter run. Next, 15 overhead squats, another 300-meter run, and then 9 overhead squats and another 300-meter run. Following that, we're gonna finish things up, or we're gonna finish with 50 kettlebell snatches. We introduced those last week. It's another high skill, high demand movement, but they're done in isolation at the end of the workout. So it's gonna give you an opportunity to focus on some of the key points and focus on some of the technical components of that movement. Let's talk about some of the key points and some of the technical components right now. So as it relates to the overhead squat, which is the first movement, the main movement of the day, let's talk about a couple of things that we're looking to achieve. One of them is obviously the standards. Full depth at the bottom, full extension at the top. You'll notice that I pinch my booty cheeks together and stand it up fully with my hips extended. A lot of people just kind of like bounce and bounce through those reps and just keep moving. That's not what we want to see. We want to see a reset after each single rep. Reset, brace, make sure you're nice and tight. Reset, nice and tight. And so on for every single rep. You should move with intent, you should move with a purpose on every rep for any movement, but especially on an overhead squat. To establish or achieve some of those good quality positions that I'm trying to demonstrate right now, we're gonna do a couple of things. The first, I always like to start with the feet, dig them into the floor. Okay, so let's say you do a power snatch to get the weight up. You're gonna reset and dig them in, or some would say screw them into the floor. Next, I like to establish active shoulders, so I'm gonna push through the bar, okay? My arms look pretty straight, but they're not active, okay? So push through the bar, because especially as you go down into the lower depths of the squat, that's gonna be a challenge. So let's make sure we start with that. Push, 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 push through the bar. And from here, I'm still pushing through the bar, but now I'm also pushing through the ground as I drive those hips all the way through. Give that booty a nice squeeze at the top. The last thing that I wanna talk about with this movement is ensuring that we are braced through the midline. That's going to allow us to keep that nice, strong, upright or relatively upright position and not sort of collapse forward or see any kind of energy leaks on the way up, okay? That can be a lot of different things, but it's often a weak core or a disengaged core. So let's make sure that we are nice and tight, nice and braced, like someone's about to punch you in the tummy. Every lift, reset, brace again. Every single time. The other movement is the runs. I'm not going to get too into the nitty-gritty of that, but make sure you don't suffer more than you have to. Try to be light on your feet, free flowing through the arms, and try to maintain a nice relaxed demeanor without taking a breath every single step. We see people huffing and puffing and really tensing up on the run. Be relaxed on that run. Don't suffer more than you have to. The final movement is the kettlebell snatch. One thing I want to mention on the kettlebell snatch is the grip, because this is going to help you prevent that super wobbly overhead position. Why was that one wobbly? Well, A, because I tried to make it wobbly, but B, because my hand was way out here on the middle outer half. One way to do the kettlebell when you're doing any kind of kettlebell work, to do the grip, is to put it on the inner third, okay? So I'm in my nice hinged position, my feet are about shoulder width apart, and the bell's starting back by my heels, and I'm holding again on the inner third. And just like any other snatching, I'm gonna use my hips to drive it overhead. And I'm gonna squeeze, squeeze, nice and tight, everything once that bell's overhead, to ensure I'm in a stable, locked out position. Once you establish that good grip, the rhythm kind of gets going, and then the movement starts to feel really good, kind of like your dumbbell snatch. So make sure, again, you hold on that inner third, good lockout overhead, nice and tight everywhere. Control down, drive up, control down.